Are you free for coffee?
Welcome.
Ooh, it's hot.
This is a hot topics day.
It is hot.
So, Georgia released the body cam of a sheriff questioning Colt Gray and his father. Now, this is the 14-year-old who has been accused. We have to be careful with our legalities.
Okay.
Of a school shooting, a mass school shooting. And it's just, I just saw so many red flags.
So the issue was why the sheriff had to even go to him in the first place.
Right. So evidently there's a website that gamers get on, and they, kind of a chat room for, they probably
kind of like a
that.
Discord type of chat
room.
Yeah.
Right. So some inappropriate language and behaviors had come to their attention via the FBI, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
Or, some government agency. So he came there to question him. Did you say these things? Did you hear anybody else say these things? What do y'all talk about? What you playing? Those kinds of things. He asked the father, does he play video games? Do you have guns in the house? And the father said that he did. He asked him, the sheriff asked, did Colt have access to the guns? The father said they're out, but
they're not loaded.
They're not loaded.
Yeah.
He didn't have bullets in them. So, and he went on, I'm trying to teach him about gun safety and, how to go hunting and yada, yada, yada. All the things that gun folks say. Me and Natasha, I ain't a gun person at all, and she is. So, we different. But anyway, so the sheriff talks to the kid. The kid, of course, denies everything. No, I didn't say anything. I'm
not involved at that level.
Yes,
he even went on to say that his stuff had been hacked.
Right.
Like,
so
my stuff got hacked.
On that side.
Right.
I haven't been on there in a long time. So the sheriff took him at his word. And he told him, if you're telling me that you didn't do this, I'm going to take you at your word, believe you. And he and his father both were given the benefit of the doubt. And my sticky wicket is I felt the sheriff should have cautioned the dad, like you ought to lock those up. Mm-hmm. Now, in Georgia, you don't have to. That is not a law. Now, a lot of places, if you have minors in the home, your firearms have to be locked up. In Georgia, that's not a thing. But as the sheriff, I would have maybe cautioned the dad, like,
and
go ahead, get you a safe, do something to lock those up. He didn't do that. So now this ties into this next one, because now these people were given the benefit of the doubt.
Yes.
Now the sheriff didn't know them. Just saying this. Okay, so in Miami, football player Tyreek Hill, and y'all know I'm not a sporty person, so
Dolphins.
I didn't know Tyreek until this incident.
He plays for the Miami Dolphins.
So he was pulled over outside of the stadium, and drugged out of his car.
Yes.
After the officer walked up to the car, and you have he did roll the window down, your registration, your stuff, and so then which he gave, and then he rolled the window, not all the way up, but like cracked it.
Yeah.
Which I did look up, and depending on the state that you're in, sometimes all you need is that much, just enough to
pass the information through.
So we'll just give him that.
Yes.
So apparently he was stopped for reckless driving. We weren't privy to that. We didn't see the driving. We don't know. So he was handcuffed, thrown to the ground, knee in the back. Still don't get that knee in the back. Like, look, can we stop that, please? Okay. And he told the officer to just give him the ticket
because I'm running late to work.
I'm going to work, and I just go give me do what you got to do. Give me the ticket. So after he's drug out of the car on the ground. Now, this is right outside the stadium, so he's almost there.
He's almost to work.
So his teammates are coming to work now, So they're seeing like what's going on. So they're stopping. What happened? What is there a wreck? What they're trying to find out what happened. So the teammates asking the officer, what's going on? This is our teammate. This is who this is. Y'all don't know who this is. We play for the Dolphins. Yada yada.
He's just trying to get right inside.
Now they handcuffed the teammate too. So Natasha, we kind of had a little difference of opinion on this.
Yeah, we did.
Where Natasha felt like, maybe he wasn't as polite as he could have been. He was a little snippy. And maybe I'll give you that, but I worked retail for years and years. That's the job.
It
is.
Just
take it.
And I'm going to say this, a knee to the back is not.
And none of it
warranted that. I have to admit that. Didn't
warrant him being drug out the car and all that. And I kind of didn't agree. I mean, he was a little bit, but I just felt like the officer, you just take, that's what you get. That's just how that happens. People are annoyed. They're getting pulled over. He was not a threat to himself or to anybody else. It just was way.
They so exaggerated it.
Overblown.
And then really, once the teammates come out, it's a wrap. Like, oh, we're right here at the stadium. He's obviously trying to get to work. I'm going to, I think the tough part is, and y'all know this, my mama is older. My mom is in her 80s. So because she was grown during civil rights, we were just raised comply. But I'm going to say this. It wasn't that he wasn't complying. Well, so I have to back off that a little bit.
I was too. I was raised like that too. But, I just take issue. This is kind of one of those things like abusers. See what you made me do?
Yeah.
And that it gaslighting of that.
Yes.
For me.
Because now you've got all these cops here. You're handcuffing him, handcuffing teammates. This is a waste of tax dollars.
Because I've been a little snippy, not to that extent, but I have kind of been annoyed getting pulled over. And most of them are just yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. You just suck it up, baby. That's the job.
Right.
And I'm kind of like that too. Go and give me what you got to give me and move on. I got somewhere to be. That's why I was speeding. That's kind of how you feel. So.
And I'm just going to say this. There's racial tension in Florida, and we know this.
Yes.
This is not an unknown thing, okay? And the football player is really close to the officer, Danny Torres. They're really close in age. And I think we just had a little envious moment because here's this guy in this badass car. And let's face it, there are certain cars you're looking at to be speeding anyway because that's the car, right? You already know you tap the gas and it's 0 to 40 in like under, X amount of seconds. And I think it was a power thing. I don't think he knew who he was, but I think he just, needed some Wheaties. He needed to take a minute and you decided to flex.
And that's a typical
But that's a problem.
Because we had a friend whose son was driving their fancy Mercedes or something and looking like a typical teenager in a hoodie or whatever. And he got pulled over and pulled out the car. What are you doing with a car like this? And that kind of thing. So that happens a lot. But I guess this whole thing, these two stories showcased for me how this Georgia kid was given the benefit of the doubt.
Oh, yeah. And further went on to kill 4 people.
Right. Whereas this football player, who actually, Tyreek, he might have been a little snippy, but he didn't flex like he could if he could have said, I'm Tyreek Hill.
And, and he said it. He said that he tried to stay calm.
I'm going to work.
He said it. He said, I tried to stay calm so I could be alive to share this. And in football, we review videos, which, you're not a sports person, but we all know you do. And really a lot of sports.
Monday morning quarterbacks. Yes.
Listen, you're reviewing the tapes. And he said when he saw the body cam, he was like, okay, hopefully this saves me. The fact that you get pulled over for speeding, but then there has to be some concern on dying.
Right.
Is an issue. So the guy on camera now, this is, I'm not going to say allegedly, this is on camera. This is seen. The knee to the back, hands around his neck twice. He's in handcuffs.
Stop the knee on the back.
And stop putting your hands around people's necks.
That should be like that, like the chokehold. Take that away.
Because there's handcuffs.
No
what can they do to you?
To put your knee in anybody's back.
Yeah.
And so it just shows you where Tyreek was not given the benefit of the doubt.
No, not at all.
They didn't, really what he said is what should have happened. Right. You should have given me my ticket and move on. Fido, baby. Yeah. Forget it and drive on. That's what should have happened. Yeah. And it didn't. So it really showcases these two situations where...
And the extreme in which one was handled.
Now, if you had
and the lackadaisical in which the other.
On the ground with your knee to his back, I mean, which probably should have happened. And maybe 4 people would be alive.
Yeah.
But
and an entire community would be less traumatized.
Right. But you chose to do this. Right. And how he got out of it. Now, both teammates, Tyreek and his teammates, I forget who the teammate was, y'all.
I do too. There's 2 of them.
Anyway, they did stop. They were handcuffed too. How it was resolved is that they called the security from the Miami
from the stadium, right?
Dolphins. I guess they have security people, and they came and talked to the officers. Yeah. No, this is whoever they are.
He's just trying to get to work.
They're just coming in. They're playing the game.
Yeah,
and so sad.
I've got some opinions.
Well, now so I'm going to give Tyreek a pass.
I am too, actually. After, you rewatch it and you have to, we've talked about this, guys, we have to unlearn some of the things we've been taught. So after I kind of rewatched it, I was like, now, wait a minute. Y'all are taking a long time to give a simple speeding ticket.
Right.
And you really only tried to up it to being like reckless driving because now, your ass is on the line.
Right.
That's what it is.
Because you don't pull people out of the car for
you want
a ticket.
For a ticket. You don't. You don't. And FYI, I hope you can never afford the car that he had. I said what I said.
Yes.
I said what I said.
Your job and
now, moving to all the bad mojo. Now, moving to football players who have been my sexiest man alive twice. Shannon Sharp. Daddy Shannon. Daddy Shannon. First off, guys, I'm just going to tell you, as inappropriate as it may be, I have listened to this about 4 times. I was like, Shannon, are you cheating on me? Like, I'm just confused as to who the hell Michelle is. Because my name is Natasha. So guys, this is if you don't know by now, and I don't know how you could have missed it, Shannon Sharp, who originally thought he was hacked, and has since apologized. I don't think he was pretending to be hacked. I think he really thought he was hacked. Now, mind you, Shannon is about 55, 56. He's somewhere in there. Which Lisa was like, he's not that. I'm like, yeah, he is. He was a grown man when I developed a crush on him. He goes to a place. It looks like a hotel. I can't confirm. I'm not Michelle, y'all. Much to my
How do
dismay.
They know about the place? Like
you can see it. You can, so basically, Shannon Sharp and a allegedly female companion.
She was female.
She was female. He throws the phone. He throws the phone down on the bed and proceeds to engage in adult activity. And he has accidentally hit Instagram Live,
complete with sound.
We're listening to Unc, as people love to call Shannon Sharp. What's up, Unc? We're listening to Unc give the business to whoever this lucky person Michelle is, and Michelle. God bless you. You blessed and highly favored. Y'all know Shannon Sharp. I would have 7 kids for Shannon Sharp and wouldn't make him pay child support. I love Shannon Sharp.
Lord have mercy.
And so his agent is calling him and it's like, hey, you were on Instagram Live. I don't know how to do that, man. I'm not on Instagram. So he's like, I got hacked. I had to have been hacked. I'm not on Instagram Live. And after some investigating, he realizes he accidentally went live on Instagram.
Y'all.
And he was. And you know what? Now I'm going to tell you this.
No, you couldn't see anything.
You couldn't see. You could hear it, but you couldn't. You just see the wall or like a ceiling or something.
That was the blessing.
Yes.
You couldn't see anybody. You couldn't see anybody, any body parts, and nothing.
He had
just sound. It was just.
He did a really quick, or not, when I say quick, I mean, it was a quick turnaround. And I want to be, it was the Ocho, the show. He did a little.
Emmanuel, yes.
So,
that one? Yeah.
No, not him. No.
Oh.
Chad.
Okay.
So anyway, he did the show last night, and he said he was embarrassed. He said he shed some tears just behind like, oh my gosh, and then he just said, I let some people down, and he apologized, which I'm going to say this. I don't feel like it was an accident.
It was
an accident.
But even though it's an accident, you would still feel some kind of way.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
I mean, both of them, because nobody wants...
Because it wasn't intentional.
And my heart goes out to... It's almost like...
It's an invasion of your privacy. Big time.
It's almost like revenge porn or something, even though it was not.
Yeah.
It wasn't like...
But still, you're like, oh my gosh, I can't
believe
this.
That's the way you feel.
Yes. You feel so violated.
That's the way you feel.
Yeah. So that was what happened. Now, I'm going to tell y'all why I laughed. I laughed because... Obviously, Lisa and I have an age gap, and all the technical shit is me. Lisa's like, just you figure it out. And I was like, Shannon,
that
set that phone down somewhere. Make sure it's off. It's off. Turn it off.
And then you have to shut it down. Even shut down.
Just hold the button, baby. So, and Shannon,
slide the thing
off. Turn it off. And I have a business idea. I have a whole idea, and I'm not going to share it on here. But I'm sending it to Shannon Sharp. We're going to make some, you might as well make some money off
God
this.
bless Michelle. I just feel...
Yes, now for real.
I hope if they were headed one way in the relationship, it doesn't derail it.
I do too. Because it's not fair. It was an accident. What? But Michelle, my
little word to the wise on this is just own it.
He did.
I mean, for both of them.
Yeah.
If it's her... Man, we was getting it. I don't know what else to say.
And I want to tell y'all, you know what? I had a buddy.
It wasn't real bad.
It wasn't real bad.
It wasn't real bad.
They weren't doing nothing. Like, they were just two folks.
Just regular.
Getting it.
Yeah, Thursday night. Yes.
Wednesday night, apparently. Regular Wednesday night. Get some. And I had a buddy. He was like, Shannon over here huffing and puffing. I said, you know what? First off, Shannon Sharp is healthier at 56.
And looks better.
Than most of y'all at 36.
And puffing, you ain't doing nothing.
You ain't done a thing. I don't know what sex y'all having. Ain't no huffing and puffing involved, baby. Somebody got the business, and I ain't mad.
And he wasn't
out for it, though. Yeah. So I appreciate him owning it. That's the grown up thing. If you don't, what is Shannon's? I think it's Shannon84. Shannon Sharp 84 is his Instagram. His post last night, he actually posted where people were clowning him, and girl, it was so funny.
The embarrassment. Bless his heart.
I melted to the. He said there were some tears shed, and it wasn't him.
Was it her or him?
Probably both.
Both of them.
And then I don't know if he said it, but someone said that he was like, I got to call my family because you do.
Yeah.
Because it just spreads like wildfire. It just does.
It's sad.
Yeah, bless his heart. Yeah. But just while on the topic of football, Yeah.
Well, in good news, Taylor Swift has endorsed Kamala Harris. It was the perfect timing, y'all. It was after the debate.
Yes.
And y'all saw the debate, and there's been a bazillion different takes on it, so we ain't gonna give you that. Yeah. But except that Kamala opened up a can of whoop ass, but move on. So awesome. And over
the way she did it though.
Yeah, she waited until after the debate.
Well, not just that.
And then she posed with the cat. And childless cat.
Signed the childless cat.
It was kind of cute.
My aunt just was unable to have children. And when people say that, I think just on the whole, that can mean a lot of things. That can be financial. That can be health. That can be, there's just so many things. But there are so many women who contribute to society who were unable to have kids. And, my aunt was really there for us. And I think to myself, but if she had kids, she probably couldn't have been there in the way that she was there for us.
Selena Gomez has just come out.
Yes, that's right.
Now, just because I've had a bunch of kids and grandkids and I know what's going on, I kind of knew this.
Yes. Yeah, you told me.
But she came out and, she's had a lot of health issues. She has lupus. She's had kidney transplants. She has to take anti-rejection medicine. She takes bipolar. I mean, she really does have some struggles. And saying that she cannot carry a child just for her health.
Yeah.
And, IVF might be an option for her, adoption, different things. It's so personal.
Surrogacy.
So Taylor touched on these things,
yes.
IVF and I've done my research.
Yes.
I've looked at this, women's health care, all the things. So it was a very thoughtful post. It was kind of tongue in cheek, but it was also very thoughtful. When last I checked, over 300,000 people have registered to vote from her website. Her Swifties who've gone there, and she's told everybody. She's not telling you how to vote.
She's telling you to register.
What she thinks.
Okay.
But she's telling no matter what,
300,000.
Go register and vote. When I last looked, there's
you have to get
sorry,
used to
Chelsea. There's I'm sure there's more. Much more now. That was when I last checked. So she's moving the needle. And just an FYI, young people and old people, if you haven't voted before, please register. You have to register a certain many weeks or whatever.
I want to say it is by October 1st, if I'm not mistaken.
So do it.
Also, make sure your address is up to date.
That's what I'm saying. Okay. If there have been any name changes,
address changes,
via marriages, divorces, address changes, anything like that, you need to get that updated and clarified before you go. So please do that now.
Yeah.
Please do that now. This is a good time to also figure out if you're going to early vote, if you're going to vote by mail, where your precinct is, because sometimes they change. They change for different elections.
Yes.
For certain elections in one place and they change.
Issues, this is a good time to look at that. Yeah,
get it all worked out. This is the election of our lifetime.
Figure it out.
So just figure it out.
Yeah. It's just the childless cat. It was the cat for me.
Oh yeah, she looked adorable. The cat was adorable, and I hate cats.
Yeah,
so
Lisa does.
It was a whole thing. So
my dad, old white country man. I may post my dad. Y'all have never seen it. My dad is as country as they come. Okay, this man puts bacon grease on sandwiches. We've had some talks because it's not healthy. He was like, I applaud this little girl. And he's not being derogatory. My dad could be her grandfather, and he was just like, she is childless. And so many people think that's a bad thing. And he was like, but this bitch is happy and rich. I said, real rich. And that's the thing is.
And using her platform.
Well, but that's supposedly the beauty of America is that you can be who you want to be.
That's it.
And every woman doesn't there was a time I wanted 0 kids, y'all. I know it's hard to believe between me and Lisa. We've got a small minor league team. But there was a time when I didn't want kids. I wanted to be a businesswoman. I wanted to travel. I remember when I graduated college, y'all, I registered for briefcases. I wanted a briefcase so bad.
Oh, wow.
So bad. And I finally bought a Dooney and Burke briefcase. I still have it. I don't know where the hell I'm going to take it. But baby, this fall, I might pull her
out. Break it out.
But, things change. And Lisa has 4 amazing children. They're not children. They're grown-ups. But that might have been her assignment. That's not everybody's assignment. And if your assignment is to make cool music and lead people to vote, I think you've done well in your assignment. And y'all know I'm not a big Swiftie. I'm not a big Beyonce fan. None of that's my jam. But I applaud people for using their platform. Oh
gosh, yes. The beauty of life is that there are different seasons.
That's true.
And you can have it all, but you can't have it all at once. Now I'm going to tell y'all, there's a lot of issues that we talk about on the podcast that you see on the news. And I tell you, most of them, I am going to say most of them, especially in human interest stories and, behaviors and things like that, inappropriate behaviors, those types of things. They come down to bad parenting.
Girl.
So if you don't want to do it, don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
This is not a house plant that just dies and it's no big deal.
Yeah. Just don't do it. Because there's a lot of things that good parenting would have fixed.
Baby.
And I'm not saying good parenting and you, being the kid's parent can change everything. But I'm telling you, it can change a lot. It changes
the trajectory.
It can change a lot.
It does.
So if you don't want to do it, please don't do it.
Yeah.
And everybody's cool. You don't owe anybody anything.
That's it.
So, and there's the beauty is there's time.
Yeah.
And we know, gosh, there's like Diane Keaton, Donna Mills. There's some women that decided later in life when they really couldn't conceive children anymore.
Like,
I want a kid, and they adopted kids.
Yes.
So there's options.
By the way, as your previous CPS worker whose ex-husband works for a police department, there are so many kids that are really good kids that need a home.
Right.
So the blessing in that is they've lived their life, they've become established, and then they can be a really good parent.
Right. They have the time to devote.
Yes.
The energy.
Perhaps
Still the energy.
The energy.
50 is
well, and
good.
If you've been 50
taking care of yourself.
If you've been 50 with no kids, you probably got quite a bit of energy.
Good. Probably real
Speaking
good.
Speaking of kids, and this is a cautionary tale of what not to do. Tyrese, y'all, from the Fast and the Furious.
Jesus.
Now, some of y'all, I remember, Sweet Lady, Will You Be Mine? But some of y'all are too young for that. So we're just going to say Tyrese from the Fast and the Furious franchise. Tyrese Gibson was arrested for owing $73,000 in back child support. I can't roll my eyes hard enough.
I wonder how many months that was.
It was his payments were approximately $10,000 a month.
Okay, so 7 months.
So really not as many months as you would think. I'm going to say probably about 8 months. I believe the appeal was granted and he just had to pay her court fees. I'm not sure what that was about, but I'm going to say this. This goes into the having babies, okay? Now listen to me. If you have the same thing downstairs as me and Lisa, stop having babies with these folks who don't want to be dads.
Right.
Not they want to have a baby. Plenty of folks want to have a baby. Babies are cute. They're little. They're kind of like
puppies.
They're like purse
and you
puppies.
Don't want the dog.
But you don't want the dog.
Yeah.
You don't want something that can chew up your shoes and shit behind your couch. And kids do that, by the way.
It's not potty trained.
and
things. Yeah.
$73,000, and there's just no excuse.
And this is my issue with men that don't pay child support. Now I know
y'all look at my face.
You are tired of the whoever you had the baby with. We get it. Okay. That's why you're not together.
Mm-hmm. We can accept that.
We get it.
Okay.
But you do understand that if she's on the street, your baby's on the street.
They don't understand.
And that's the issue.
That's the problem.
So you went 7 or 8 months without paying any child support. How is this kid eating? How is she going to school?
They don't think about that.
How, all her little activities, her this, her that, the doctor bills. I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
How was that happening?
Yeah.
It wasn't happening thanks to you because you did nothing.
You did nothing.
So I have just such a huge problem
issue
with that.
Yeah.
I just do.
I agree.
And this is the thing, y'all know my monkey story. Now, if you decided you wanted to be with this monkey, and I'm cool with the monkey if you want the monkey.
Because you picked
the
monkey.
But just know there's some monkey mess. Yeah. Now, when that monkey mess happens and you feeling some kind of way.
Yeah, clean up the mess, baby.
Because
that's your monkey.
That's your monkey. Yeah. And you need to pay your monkey bills.
Yeah. And that's why I'm telling you, if you got a monkey cootie cat, stay away from these raggedy monkeys. I'm telling you.
Jesus.
Because and y'all know I'm divorced now. And it's it's interesting because when the show started, my ex-husband was very involved. So it's kind of like this evolution of time. And y'all, we just got to where we get along. I mean, we just yesterday just about feel like we just got to where we get along. And I told him, I said, listen, you might be tired of me, but these kids got to eat. Now, y'all know he's huge. He was posted. It's been a long time ago. You 6'3", 300 pounds. These ain't no small eating kids. Pay for your mess. Clean your mess up.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's it.
And Tyrese, you know what? His comments are so ignorant. They're such a mess.
I have a problem with Tyrese because he was on K104 in Dallas. Mm-hmm. If y'all live in Dallas, you know that station. Yes. And he was doing like a guest radio host type deal. And he was so rude. People were calling in, being so complimentary. We love you, yada, yada. And he talked so crazy to them. And just FYI, if you're an influencer, you're a singer, you're an actor, you're somebody that gets your income from people liking you.
Right.
Yeah, you ought to be
kind.
Nice. Jesus. Okay, y'all, they mowing. This happens every time.
Oh
okay, wait, let me close the window.
Oh, yeah, he's right.
Okay.
Y'all, he's smoking this cigarette, mowing this yard so hard.
Jesus.
Ain't it gasoline in mowers? Yes, the answer is yes. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, Lord. Okay, we just had one more. One more.
You talking about, y'all. Now, I hate to end on a sour note, but P. F. and Diddy. Y'all know Sean Puffy Combs, formerly known as P. Diddy, also known as Diddy, is being sued by Don Richard of Danity Kane. Now, I don't know if y'all know this, but Danity Kane was a little like a girl group that he came up
back in the day.
Back in the day.
Oh my God.
He's right by.
He
He's
get
right
sued
here?
again.
Where did he go?
I
Sorry,
think
y'all.
he's in the porch with us.
He's in the bushes, y'all. But Denny is being sued
again
for sexual assault. Oh, he's right there.
Lord Jesus.
Y'all, I wish I could show y'all this man. He smoked the hell out that cigarette.
Okay. Up next, simple meditative affirmations at work. But first, a message from our sponsor.
Oh my gosh. During hard times, it can get really difficult if you don't have anyone to talk to. Being alone with your thoughts can be an isolating feeling that can allow negativity to consume you.
This is why we are sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp is customized online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist, so you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to.
There is a broad range of expertise in BetterHelp's 20,000 plus therapist network that gives you access to help that may not be available in your area. You just fill out a questionnaire to help assess your specific needs, and then you get matched with the therapist in under 48 hours.
Then you schedule secure video and phone sessions. Plus, you can exchange unlimited messages, and everything you share is completely confidential. You can request a new therapist at no additional charge anytime.
Join the 2 million plus people who have taken charge of their mental health with an experienced BetterHelp therapist. So many people use BetterHelp that they are currently recruiting additional therapists in all 50 states.
Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/free-for-coffee. That's betterhelp.com/free-for-coffee.
Okay, I'm going to be real honest with you. I don't have a quote.
Oh, I have one.
You do?
I have one. We can share. I attract God-inspired ideas.
Oh, that's good.
We can all share. We can all share that.
I got to write this down, guys. God-inspired ideas.
We didn't mean to cut y'all off, but
because he is out here just mowing his heart out.
And you don't want to go just go off on it.
Could you pause?
Right, but okay.
Okay, loves. Thank you all for pulling up a chair and joining us for coffee. Please subscribe to Are You Free for Coffee podcast wherever you are listening. We hope that you enjoyed today's episode and find joy in the little things. Until next time.